Good morning everybody, welcome to a new video. This video is going to be a review video of the last week, which was of course the first week of this transformation. Now, just in case this is the first one of my videos that you're seeing, this channel is basically a documentation of my journey from fat to slim before changing direction and aiming for muscle gain. And you've just happened to come across this video 1 week in. So today you'll be seeing a quick review of the progress throughout the week, plus at the end of this video, the very first weigh-in. So if you are new, welcome to the channel, it's nice to see you. And if you're a returning viewer, then welcome back. So the first video then was basically an introduction of myself, plus a quick tour around the gym and a look at the equipment. As you can see, all the equipment's quite basic. However, it'll have to do for now, and as time goes on, if it needs replacing, it will be replaced. Towards the end of that video, I did an initial weigh-in, and that'll be compared with the weigh-in 1 week later, which will be occurring at the end of this video. Video 2 was actually the first workout that I did, which comprised of a rowing machine for half an hour, and both the recumbent bike and whatever the other bike is for 15 minutes each. Now, during that workout I did learn a few things actually. Firstly, the rowing machine is simply too small, and so I started working out plans on how I might be able to improve that. For the weird exercise bike ski machine, still don't know what it's called, that was making some funny noises which I wanted to address and didn't feel all that safe, to be honest. So I decided that I wanted to have a good look at that. And as for the recumbent bike, I found that that was actually the most comfortable of the three pieces of equipment. Now, I didn't go all out on any of the pieces of equipment because I just wanted to get a bit of a feel for them first, because even when I used to go to the gym several years ago, I was never really a big cardio fan, and I never did much with it, as opposed to the weights which I used to lift pretty much every day. So for cardio, I didn't really know what I was doing, I just wanted to ease into it a little bit. And that was all for day 2. Day 3, that's where things got a little bit mad. I was quite enthusiastic about the whole journey and how it started, and so I decided to challenge myself to doing something that I'd never done before, which was burpees. I'd seen them on fitness events such as High Rocks or CrossFit, but I'd never actually done one myself. So I thought, what better time to have a go than at the start of this journey. So I decided to do 100 of them. That wasn't a very good idea. I think by the 10th one, I was already starting to wonder what I had put myself into. And of course, yeah, I could have just stopped at 20 or 30, but no, I'd said to myself that I wanted to do 100, and so I did 100. I won't be doing 100 again anytime soon, I tell you that. Day 4, I could barely move due to the burpees. Dudes, I've just got up and I can't go up the stairs. My legs are like lead. Oh, dear me. However, I eventually managed to get myself out of bed with a lot of struggle. Somehow though, I managed to achieve another workout, and that was, again actually, pushing myself way too far, a 5-mile walk. I took myself down to one of the local council run parks, and they've got a long path going around a large grassed area there. So I took the dogs around with my partner twice, and then completed the walk on my own whilst they waited in the van, because it was really cold that evening. Day 5 was filled with even more regret from doing too much from day 4, simply because for most of the night I was up with cramps in my legs. However, with determination not to let it stop this journey, I managed to do an arms and shoulder workout. Now, as I have got a lot of experience lifting weights several years ago, I did know to ease into it a little bit. And so I literally just lifted very light weights and just focused on letting my muscles know that I was going to start working them again. In hindsight, yes, I should have done that with the cardio as well, especially with the burpees. The burpees actually turned out to be more of a muscle workout than cardio. Video 6 was pretty much the same as video 5 in terms of just allowing my muscles to get used to the thought of actually having to be worked again. However, in video 6 I'll focus more on my chest with the flat bench press and some flies. Now, I did notice during the editing process of video 6 just how bad my form was. So I certainly need to keep an eye on that until I'm able to lift heavier weights in a safer manner. Video 7 was yesterday's video, and there I focused on working on the rowing machine, for which I placed a blocker to prevent the seat going further forward than a set position, and I removed the footrests in preparation for adding extensions to them. Once I'd done that, I'd completely forgotten that we actually had in-laws due round, so I cooked them a meal, and by the time they left it was late evening. So I just got on the weird exercise bike, ski thing, whatever it's called, and did an hour on that. And that brings us to today, which is the weekly review and weigh-in video. So I'm filming this in the morning. I'm going to shut this off now and head to work. And then after work I'll nip home, pick the dogs up, and I think I'm going to head back to that park and do another few laps for my workout today. Then I'll be back home for some dinner and do the weigh-in and see what's going on there. Hi folks, it's been a bit of a hectic day today. It's about 4:30, 5 o'clock in the afternoon now, and I've nipped home to collect the dogs and brought them out for a walk. I've not actually been here before. It's only about 20 minutes away from home, but I found it on the map, so I thought I'd go and see what it was about. To be honest, I wish I hadn't bothered, because it's a right toll. But we needed to get out, I needed to get some steps in, get a bit of cardio going. So here we are. I won't bother coming back here again, but I'm not sure what sort of workout I'm going to be doing this evening yet. I was thinking some sort of circuit, and maybe just do about 5 or 6 different things for a minute each and keep going around them. Or an alternative would be to do interval training on either the weird bike or the recumbent bike. The rowing machine's obviously still out of use. I haven't got around to doing the foot extensions yet. It just seems like I only did an exercise bike / ski thing workout the other day, but the recumbent bike, I only used it for the first time the other day, and it seemed really easy, and I'm not sure if that sort of bike is really going to take to being used as an interval training piece of equipment. But you know what, yeah, I think I've just decided, I think I'm just going to do that anyway and see how it is. I need to do it once so that I know whether to do it again or not. So yeah, that's decision made then. So when I get home, I'll either have something to eat and then do interval training, or I'll do interval training and then have something to eat. And then I'll do the weigh-in. And I am a little bit anxious about that, to be honest, with week 1. But we'll have to see what happens. This is the lovely surroundings of our afternoon walk today. There are some teenagers on a dirt bike flying around somewhere. And there's chickens in one of these houses I can hear kicking off. An abandoned school just on the other side of those trees. There's an archway here saying Valley something. See what it is. Calder Valley Greenway is where I am. Not sure how far it goes. I have a feeling on the other side of those houses down there is the main road. And I think this looks like it was probably once upon a time Bowling Green? I'm not sure where this path heads to, but to be honest with you, I'm not that bothered about finding out. That's the dog's nice and tired now. Won't be bothering coming here again though. Flipping heck. So I've got a few minutes now to wait until I go and pick up Becky from work. Then I'll head home. To be honest, I haven't had anything to eat yet today. Well, no, I tell a lie, I've had a banana. One banana and a couple of grapes. And nothing worth writing down or anything. It was literally like 2 grapes I grabbed on the way towards the door this morning. I don't even know what I fancied, to be honest. I'm thinking maybe something with pasta, the bolognese or something like that again. I have got a little bit of toothache starting, to be honest, and the bottom left here. So ideally I'd like something soft just to go easy with that. Anyway, it's getting really dark in here, so I'm going to shut this off for now, and I'll see you when I get home. Here I am, still waiting in the van for Becky. Okay, so here I am ready for my interval training. Just as a heads up, there is not going to be any audio with this workout. I'm going to have to remove it and then replace it with something off YouTube, simply because I'm a grown-up, and as any grown-up would do whilst they're having a workout, I'm going to be watching Thunderbirds, and I don't want to be removed for any copyright. I've got my GoPro set up here facing the clock, and I'm going to do 1 minute on and 1 minute off. And because whilst I was using this for the first time the other day, I noticed it was quite easy on 4. I think I'm going to move it up to 6 and see how we go, but I may move it down to 5 or even back to 4 again, depending. Hopefully I'll stay at 6. Okay, so here we go. Oops. I've knackered it already. one more slow minute, and then the last push minute, and then I'm done. I'll try and really push it as hard as I can for the entire last minute. Although I did try to push it for the last minute as hard as I could, and I could only go all out for about 30 seconds. But it doesn't matter if I die after this one, because it's the last one for today. "30 seconds, and I'm going to try and keep it over 30 kph. Bloody hell. "10 seconds. Three, 1, last minute. Fucking hell. This is my heartbeat. Oh man. Oh. Bloody hell. Oh. Right. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh. Ah. Oh, my ass. Oh. 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 Oh, man. Whew. So there we have 1 hour interval training on the recumbent mic, 1 minute on, 1 minute off, and I'm knackered. What does the thing say? How much I've done? 19.3 distance. I'm guessing that's kilometres. What's that do? 290 calories. 120 THR, not sure what that means. What's this one do? Oh, I see. Wow, that's cool. Anyway, I think you probably agree that I should go and get a shower now. So, I'll see you soon for the weigh-in. Okay, so here's the moment of truth. I'm really happy with that. I originally weighed in at 17 stone 9 pounds and 2 ounces, and today I'm weighing in at 17 stone, 17 stone 2 pounds and 6 ounces, which is 6 pounds and 12 ounce loss in 1 week. So yeah, really happy with that. If you do enjoy these videos, please do click the thumbs up. If you'd like to stay up to date with future uploads, hit the subscribe button, and don't forget the notification bell so you'll get a ping every time an upload occurs. Of course, as well, if you would share this video and the channel with anybody who you think might be interested, that would also do me a massive favour. Thanks for watching. I'll see you tomorrow.